they're Pretty Little Liars. They're still sophomores technically because they didn't pass.
The
So
sophomores, yeah.
yeah,
No. What? Yeah, we're
yeah,
going out late. We're be home whenever, basically. Don't wait up. I wish I would have told my parents that at 15, 6. What? What?
yeah.
The way my
Kenny,
mama used to be,
Kenny,
man, please.
Kenny and Cyan wasn't having that. That ain't happening.
No, at
Um,
all.
no, y'all, and then y'all, there was more lenient with y'all. That definitely was happening with me and Kendra. So that
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
Um,
I almost got my license taken away. And I was in college because I stayed out too late. And I was with John, like I was with my best friends. Like I wasn't even out at a party. Like we went to McDonald's and was just talking all night. And my dad, mom, and they would trip. Like I came home, they was like, why were you out so late? I was like, bro, we just got caught up talk. I was with John, like I was with like other people I should take your license. I was like, ain't no way. I mean, I'm now mind you, I'm 19. Like I'm like almost 20 years old. And I was like, see, no, I just don't I can't get jiggy with these storylines sometimes. It's like, where are your parents?
Life is like a basketball game. Sometimes you're up, other times you're down. Opponents and adversaries coming at you left and right. However, it's not the challenges you face that define you. What defines you is how you play the game. And I play to win. Welcome to my world, Carlton's World.
yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Carlton's World. It's your boy Carlton, and I have my brother back for another episode, Kameron, because we are going to talk about. Hey, what's up? So we're going to talk about a series that we are both watching. We are going to talk about Pretty Little Liars, not the original, but the HBO Max version. Well, the Max version. I still think it's dumb that they just call it Max.
Yeah. I don't like that they changed it.
Yeah, I don't like that. I definitely still call it HBO Max to this day. But yeah, we're gonna talk about the new version of Pretty Little Liars. So yeah. So did you ever? We're gonna go ahead and get into it. Did you ever finish the original series, or did you stop?
No, I stopped.
Yeah, I think I'm like I think I'm the only one out of all of us that actually stuck with it. Cause yeah, like I said, I am definitely a Pretty Little Liars fan. I was definitely tapped in since day one. Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of how the original ended. I thought it was I know they was following like the book somewhat, but it was just the ending to me. I was just like, we read it. We went through 7 years or 7 seasons for this. I was like, oh man. And
Yeah,
then
when you told me the ending, I was like, "There's no." That's why I stopped watching it. I said because I would have been very mad if that was the ending. I couldn't do it.
yeah, that ending, I was just like, okay, guys. So if you haven't seen it, just go check it out. It's definitely available on HBO Max if you want to watch it. I did not also watch Ravenswood. I'm telling you, I was tapped in. I watched Ravenswood. I thought that show was kind of weird. Because like I said, it more so did the it was more of a it wasn't like a thriller like Pretty Little Lies, even though it was in that genre, but it was more like it was dealing with like spirits. What's the word? What's the genre? I'm trying to think. Not spooky. I'm trying to think what the genre is. It's not horror because this newer version is more of a horror genre, but
Supernatural.
supernatural. That's it. Thank you. That's I was like, where is the word? So Ravenswood was more of a supernatural series. But like I said, I thought it was interesting. It was just a little weird, and I just thought that because Pretty Little Liars wasn't a supernatural series and Ravenswood was, I just thought it was weird that they were both in the same world, and it was like, all right, we got the supernatural stuff happening over here, but on Pretty Little Liars, the original, it's like we just dealing with and deaths and lies and all this other stuff. So I just thought it was weird that it was like two different genres, but it was all still in the same universe. So
Yeah, I think they were trying to fit in at that time because it wasn't like that time like Teen Wolf and like all the supernatural shows going on, and they were like, okay, how can we take our audience to that world? And they were like, let's do that. Like, let's just kind of move it to a whole different city and just change the. Yeah, I think they were just trying to fit in, and it didn't work.
yeah,
it just didn't work. Yeah.
yeah. Is my microphone sounding okay? Because I had my thing dangling.
Yeah, it's not fun.
It wasn't no static, was it?
Uh,
Okay, I just wanted to make sure
yeah.
because I know one time I recorded a podcast and the microphone was dangling and it was staticky the whole time, and I had to re-record it, and I was like, "Oh man,
Yeah, no, it's not fun.
that blows." Also, too, while we're doing disclaimers, my nieces and nephews, Cameron's two kids and Carmen's two kids, they're over at my house. So if y'all hear any children in the background,
it's not me this time.
if you hear the children in the background plus Poochie, then you know what's going on. We got a house full over here. Okay, let's get back into it. So then I also watched Pretty Little Liars, The Perfectionist. I watched that.
I forgot about that show.
Did you watch that?
I want to say I started it because there was it was an actress that I probably liked in it, but I didn't actually like watch it because it got canceled, didn't it?
Yeah, it got canceled.
Like I was like, I'm not. Usually when shows get canceled, I kind of just be like, I don't even want to waste my time.
Yeah, it got canceled after one season. Yeah, Ravenswood and The Perfectionist got canceled after one season. The Perfectionist actually was actually pretty good. I liked that the new characters that they were following. So basically, if you haven't seen The Perfectionist, Allison leaves Rosewood and she moves to this new town because she's a teacher. So she starts teaching at this in this new city, at this new school. Mona's also there. Mona is like doing, I guess she designed the technology, something she did with the technology or whatever, because Mona's a genius and stuff. And so basically it's continuing their story because in the Perfectionist, Allison and Emily, I think that's her name. That's her character's name. Emily. Yeah, Emily, they are divorced or separated. They're about to divorce. So basically they're not together anymore. And then you got these, like I said, you have these group of students, and it's pretty much apparently they done did some stuff. And so there's this person that's making them do stuff or their secrets will be revealed. Pretty much the same premise of Pretty Little Liars, but it's just involving three different students. So yeah.
See, I remember who it was. Sophia Carson is in that show from Descendants.
Okay.
Channel, and I was gonna watch it for her, and then it got canceled. So I was like, I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah, it was actually pretty. Like I said, it was definitely pretty good. I thought I really wish they could have kept that going. I definitely think it could have really evolved into something. But yeah, so here we are. Now we're on this new I guess reboot, I guess, or whatever. I guess it'll be a reboot or reimagining, but this is a whole new world. Well, no, it's actually in the same universe, but it's a new city featuring new girls. And they are, and we're gonna just talk about, as far as we can briefly talk about season one, but we're mainly here to talk about this new season that just ended. So if you haven't seen the end of season 2 yet, you had a week. Oh well.
Yeah, spoiler alerts. Spoiler alerts. Because I'm ready. I've been waiting to talk about the end of this season.
Yeah. So we have the 5 main girls. Imogen, Mouse.
Noah.
Okay.
Noah. What are the black girls' names?
That's sad. That's so sad that we don't know this. Yeah, I gotta hold on. Sorry, y'all.
Hold on.
I'm about to go into IMDb. Let's get these characters'
Tab,
name.
Tabby and Farron.
Okay, there we go.
Tabby and Farron. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That was sad.
That's
That was
bad. That was
horrible.
bad.
That was
And
bad.
I just looked at the names because I was like, I don't want to get on here and be like, ooh. Ooh. The names are
Oh man. So yeah, so we have those five, and we see that it starts off with Imogen's mother. Basically, she committed suicide. So that's how all this whole thing starts. And basically, the five main girls, the new girls, and Imogen is pregnant. It reveals that Imogen is pregnant later on. And
I'm about to change my camera.
okay.
So
Okay.
so it just makes it look like I'm looking at you because it looks weird. So I changed it.
So Imogen is pregnant, and so basically she's navigating through school, and the five girls, they're not originally friends at first. Like they're not like, well, Tabby and Imogen are cool, but the rest of them, they're in their own little cliques or own little worlds or whatever. And then they're brought together because again they each started receiving these threatening notes from A. So we have a new A, and it is revealed that their mothers were all best friends, and that Imogen's mom was like the Allison of the group, the ringleader of the group. And so basically their mom, they all did something back in the day. They was mean to this girl back in the day, and she ended up dying or getting, yeah, she died. And basically it is revealed, again, spoiler alert, that the A is the brother of the girl that was killed back in the day. So everybody's pretty much, the daughters are being terrorized, and then the moms are being terrorized because the subtitle of season 1 is Original Sin. And so the original sin is the thing that their mothers were a part of as far as terrorizing this the girl that died. Um and what was crazy was it was what ended up happening was the girl was, I guess she was in trouble or something was going on, and they all like ignored her. They was like, we're gonna act like she's invisible.
Yeah, they were. Yeah. And she was
So,
actually about to like get killed.
yeah. Right. She was definitely about to get killed, and it was like, we're gonna ignore her and then like act like she's invisible, and then it was just it was there from there. I enjoyed that they incorporated the mothers with I enjoyed that they incorporated them into the storyline. I like that they weren't just side characters in season 1. They were actually integral parts of what was going on in season 1.
Yeah, it was because like you said, you get the title and you're like, okay, so what did they do? Like they all were like at a party. You thought it was the girls like Original Sin, like they did something and then they separated from each other or whatever. But yeah, to find out it was the moms, it was like, okay, well
Yeah.
that's interesting because that was years ago. Like,
Right.
and now all of a sudden everybody's in the same city again. Like,
Yeah.
so yeah, it was like that's kind of cool. Yeah,
And then also it
how they
was
did that.
I liked how they revealed the person that was behind A. It was the principal, was
Right,
actually, because he's the dad of
the daughter and
the
yeah,
daughter and the
A.
son, and A. So
Yeah,
that was, like I said, the whole reveal was cool. And then this installment of Pretty Little Liars, it's the horror. They're going the horror route. So it's more
yeah.
so because
It's
you
a
hear
lot more scary.
it's a lot more yeah, it's a little bit more gory than the original one. Um, there's definitely a lot more cussing.
Oh yeah.
they
Oh yeah.
they throwing f bombs and that, especially that Noah. They're throwing f bombs all over the
Yeah,
place.
Noah. Yeah, Noah. Yeah, Noah and Farron. Noah and
Yeah,
Farron for sure.
yeah.
Farron for sure too.
Um,
But yeah,
so
no, it's definitely a little bit. it's not like I'm not scared, but it's definitely, if you watch the original one, this one's definitely more, especially the first season. No, the second season was kind of intense too sometimes, but it was a lot more pop ups, a lot more of more of like a fear factor in these.
Yeah.
Like the other ones seemed more suspenseful than this one did. Like this one, like you said, seems more horror than suspenseful.
And the first one and the original Pretty Little Liars was a lot more soap opera.
Right? Yeah.
Like again, it was more teen drama.
Love, a lot of love story. More
Yeah,
so.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And in this one, even though it is focusing on teens, it still has that. It has more of an adult feel to it. It has more of a, like I said, it has that horror. Uh, Definitely that's kind of like Scream.
Yeah, it's giving me
I
90s horror.
I know what you did last summer.
Yeah,
Type.
90s horror for sure. Early
Even though
2000s.
yeah, even though I don't watch those movies, I haven't watched those movies. And what's funny is my he's my work cousin, but I just call him cousin. He knows I don't watch horror movies because he's been trying to get me to watch these movies, and I'm like, no, I don't watch it. But then me and my other coworker, who's also loves Pretty Little Liars, we talk about it every week, and we was talking about this installment, and he was like, oh, so wait a minute, you can watch this, but you can't watch Scream and I Know What You Did Last Summer. I was like,
You could definitely watch Scream.
oh, at first, if I was trying to justify it, and I was like, he might have a point. Again, I guess I'm just so tapped into Pretty Little Liars. I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and just watch it,
Right.
and it's not like I said, it's not as bad. Like, and there are parts I'll cover my eyes. I don't really want to see too much, but it's not as bad as I'm picturing stuff because and also too, I feel like if I can watch The Boys, I probably can watch everything
No,
else.
yeah, for sure. The goriness, oh, for sure. The Boys, yes. But yeah, Scream, this definitely reminds me of like a camp horror vibe, like the Fridays. Like I never watched Friday 13th and then like I've seen clips and stuff of it. But like I went down a rabbit hole of Scream, and I've seen every Scream movie now, and like we'll watch them every time they come on now, just because it's like it's just in my opinion that's the horror that I like. It's funny, like it's not supposed to be funny, but it's like the acting is kind of like and so that's what these remind me of, and I feel like that's the point because that's what like Tabby's into. Like
Hmm.
she's into those horror movies and all that stuff. So I feel like
Yeah,
the point they're kind of doing that for that reason. But it definitely gives me 90s, 2000s horror movie vibes. Like the movie Girl Works at Movie Theater, like all those types of vibes. Swimming pools, the pools, like church. They brought the church in this season. Like, it gives me all those types of vibes. But yeah.
yeah. So yeah. So also another reveal. Which this part was bad. It was sad. It was so Imogen's baby's father. Imogen was raped, and
Yeah.
Tabby was raped, and it was by the
By the
same
same person. Yeah.
person, and it was Tabby's best friend. And the
Yeah.
reason why that needs to be mentioned is because that's an integral part in season 2.
C2,
So
right. Yeah.
yeah, so that was definitely that was shocking that
That was a big shocker for me
yeah
because I wanted to know who Imogen's the father was the whole time, and to find that out was like, wow.
yeah it was just like I said, it was a lot of in the first one, it was a lot of twists and turns. Excuse me, it was a lot of twists and turns with that. As far as and like you said, everybody's different storylines. Again, you had Tabby, she's working at the movie theater. And you have her boss. And I'm mentioning him because it's important for season 2 as well.
Right.
You have her
Because he was
boss.
listen, I told the key every time I watch Pretty Little Liars, everybody's a suspect for me because I watched the original one, and everybody just seemed like a suspect in the original Pretty Little Liars. So that's why I
Yeah,
was kind of pissed off the way they ended it. Was because it's like y'all could have just chose anybody. Y'all, that's the route y'all chose. Y'all could have chose anybody, and I felt like I would have been okay with it.
yeah,
But the route they chose, whatever. We're talking about a new one, and so
yeah.
the new one, I'm like, everybody's a suspect. So like her boss was in the first season was like, I don't know about him.
Okay.
Like
Um,
I don't know about him.
That's interesting. Yeah, we'll get into the new season in a second. But yeah, so you have a boss. There's that whole situation going on with her, and again, she's more so dealing with because she didn't know who raped her at first.
Right. Yeah, she didn't know. Yeah,
So
yeah.
that, like I said, we all found out at the same time that it was her best friend. And so then you have Noah. She she's just the bad apple of the group. Yeah, she's definitely the bad apple of the group. You know, she's trying to get back into, because she was in juvie, and then she's trying to get back on the track and field team and all that stuff. And then you have Farron. She's a dancer, but she also has, I believe, she has scoliosis, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah. So she was dealing with stuff with her back and stuff like that. But she's really pretty much like the really the muscle of the group. Honestly, she's definitely the strong one of the group. And then you have Mouse, and you know she's the little, she's the kind of the awkward one of the group.
Her name
And
speaks for herself.
and then we already talked about Imogen. And then also you have the twins, who is Kelly and somebody. What was her sister's name? I mean, it's played by the same person.
Right.
Kelly and Karen.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Kelly and Karen. And so one of the twins was terrorizing, and she was pretty much the Allison. And then that twin ended up getting killed. And then
at the beginning, yeah.
And then you have the other twin, who was she was, I guess, she was kind of mean, but only because her sister wanted her. It was like her sister was terrorizing her, so then she was actually really nice and stuff like that. This show definitely loves the twin theme.
Yeah.
This show definitely loves the twin. Well, except for the Perfectionist. The Perfectionist, there wasn't a twin. There wasn't any. Well, not that we know of. That we didn't get that far.
Right. It could have been.
We didn't get that far. Ravenswood did a lot of ancestry, because in Ravenswood, Caleb's, I guess his somebody, his like great grandfather or great uncle, somebody in his lineage was an original, I think, a founder of Ravenswood. And then the main girl in that one, who ended up dying, she was a spirit. That was another thing that confused me again, because like they were able to talk to her. She was a spirit, and she was still able to like communicate with the group. That's why Ravenswood was kind of weird. It was just a lot of things going on with that they was trying to do, and it was like, it's not
have enough time to explain it.
Yeah, it was just a lot going on. Miranda, that's what her name was. Miranda. And like Miranda and Miranda's ancestor and Caleb's ancestor, they were like I think the founders or the first townspeople of Ravenswood, and that's how they connected to the city. It was stuff going on. There was twins. They were brother and sister.
In Ravenswood?
Yes.
Oh, okay. See,
yeah, bro, it was.
They would have had twins and Perfectionists. They just was waiting the second season.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so back to the Max version. I think we pretty much covered everything in season 1. Like I said, I really enjoyed. That fight scene between Imogen and A was bananas, and she was like, what, 9 months pregnant, 8 months,
yes.
9 months.
Yeah. Wait, in the house?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Literally, the baby should have been dead. No.
Yeah, the way she was being slung around, it was like, I'm really surprised that baby made it. There were connections to the original Pretty Little Liars. Tabby and Imogen did go to
Ravenswood, right?
Not Ravenswood.
Did they go there?
No, not Ravenswood. What's the original?
The original place.
Not Rosewood. Not
Rosewood.
Is it Rosewood?
Is there? I think so. Hold
on. That's crazy. I just said it in the beginning. Is it Rosewood? Hold on. Gosh.
Yeah, it's Rosewood. Set in the fictional Rosewood, Pennsylvania.
Okay, Rosewood. Okay, I'm gonna make sure I was right.
Because didn't Caleb's name pop up or something like they got like some type of thing? Somebody's name, not Caleb. What's the other boy's name?
Ezra.
Yeah,
Yeah, so Ezra has a bookstore.
yeah.
That's what
Ezra's
they want.
bookstore.
Yeah, they went to Ezra's bookstore. They also went to the Radley. Because the Radley, was originally the place they took mental patients, and then later on it turned into a hotel, and so
Right.
they ended up staying. That's where they stayed. They stayed at the Radley. So
And wasn't there a bottle, or was that second season? There was somebody's bottle with their name on it. That they had found. What's the guy?
yeah,
Was it Spencer's boyfriend? The one that everybody was like he was crazy. I can't think of his name. Because he was Allison's brother. Allison's brother, right? Am I tripping?
no, you're not. It's so much. It's so
Yeah.
much.
They try to throw it in there. What's
Allison's brother.
Allison's brother's
What's
name?
Allison's brother's name? Because Allison's brother uh is Spencer's brother.
Right, yeah. We found that out. Yeah.
Yeah, Jason.
Yeah.
Talking about Jason De
I think his
Laurentiis.
bottle was well is that him? I'm trying to think. It was the guy who all I could know is he got this weird shaped face. No, Toby. Toby's bottle. That's not Allison's
Oh
brother.
no,
Toby.
Toby. Yeah, Toby is Spencer's boyfriend. Well, was Spencer's
Spencer's
boyfriend?
boy. Well, yeah. But how was he? What was he? He was the one that everybody suspected killed Allison,
Yeah, he was the
right?
one that everybody
Yeah,
suspected
yeah,
at first because Toby. Yeah,
yeah.
Toby
Okay.
was originally the person that everybody was like he was it, but no.
Yeah, yeah. He. It was like his bottle. It was some. I think it was his name on the bottle, like a pill bottle, but it was like an A's cave or something like that.
Oh,
I
got
can't
you.
remember, but
And then
I
yeah,
remember I
so
saw it and I was like, oh, that's so and so.
yeah, they did a lot. They did Easter eggs. Of course, if you watched the original, then it was like, oh, okay, they did little Easter eggs. Also, another thing that they did at the end of season one, Imogen had her baby and she was giving the baby up for adoption, and the parents that she chose was Ezra and what's the girl's name? Aria.
Arya.
it's so,
Yeah, yeah,
it's
yeah.
so many names. I'm like trying to remember these names. Ezra and Aria. So that's who she chose to begin with. And of course, A was arrested and put in hospital, but then A gets out and starts killing people, and that's how we open up season. And he started killing folk, and then season two opens up. He's on a slasher. A's on a slasher,
On a
uh,
spree.
on a spree. So everybody's afraid now. But then A apparently ends up getting captured, and and they're going to trial and all this other stuff. And so that's how we set up season two. Um, and season two is called Summer School. So the girls apparently did not pass because obviously they're going through all this stuff, and which is crazy because it's crazy how the original girls even passed because they was doing all this stuff and they
Yeah.
still graduated and
There's no way.
um
They
so
were never
these
they were never in
they're
school.
never in school. So yeah, so they basically they had to go to summer school. They had to pass their Keystone test, so that they can pass and go on to their junior year. So all these events that's happened in season two, is basically while during the summer, and well, the first part of the summer is in June. Everything's happening right now. Um, A's locked up, and uh, there's this whole thing called the background thing is called spooky spaghetti, which
It's a Reddit, basically.
I hate that name. I was just like, every time I said spooky spaghetti, I was like, please stop saying that.
You said you think they should kill a different name.
I just what?
Why didn't you? That's so funny. I didn't expect that. I didn't expect that to be a thing. Like that made you mad. Like why?
I just
That's funny.
I was
don't know
like,
why that's so funny.
I was like,
Like it's
what?
so it's
No.
like Reddit. It's Reddit basically. If you want
Okay,
to call
well,
it that.
call it. I don't know. Call it. I don't know. Just spooky spaghetti. I don't know. It's just like, okay, got y'all. Um, but
That's why it feels like a 90s horror. Just because like that type of stuff pisses you off. Like that's dumb. Like, come on, guys. That's
it was just dumb. It was dumb. Yeah, and then okay, so then this season, the moms are definitely in the background. They are definitely
oh,
like
nowhere to be found. Nowhere to
nowhere.
be found.
So Mouse's mom's go on this cruise. Um, Noah's mom, she's in rehab.
Yeah.
Farron's mother goes back to where she originally was to go to law school. And then Sharon Leo, who I love, one of my favorite actresses, who is Tabby's mom, and she's also Imogen's guardian. She's there, but like she's literally like in
Okay. Yeah.
one scene in every episode. Like she just randomly pops up.
Yeah.
She be like, "What's going on,
It's a
girls?"
random fall. It's a random fall call to her or something. She pops up when they're talking about something. Yeah. It's
Yeah,
random.
I was like, such a waste of talent. I said, y'all have this talented woman right here, and y'all are not utilizing her. How dare you, people? I know we want to focus on the
It's
girl. I know we want to focus on the girls, but still, I'm just like, you have.
it's just it's like the switch up. Like you said, it's just like parental guardians in every episode, and then all of a sudden it's like y'all are by yourselves. Like what? Like your parent. Like I just don't I don't know. Every time I watch shows and stuff like that, it's like I always ask where are your parents because that does not make sense to me. Like I've never met anybody during the summertime was like, yeah, my parents left the whole summer, so I have the house to myself. Like what?
It's one. It's the One Tree Hill syndrome. It is
Yeah.
the One Tree Hill syndrome. It's like, where are your parents?
Yeah. Like seriously. Like, how are you allowed to where are you going at this late at night? Like, excuse me?
Like y'all, so y'all really gonna go to a cabin all by yourselves? You're gonna go to Brooks or Rachel's cabin all by yourself for the weekend? Excuse me?
Yeah. Yeah. What? You're in high school. This is not college. This isn't college. You're not an adult yet. You're there are what is going to a sophomore, junior year?
You talking about Once You're Here?
So they're like 15. No, well, what's year two? But Pretty Little Liars, they're like
Oh,
15, 16 years old.
oh yeah. On this because they're Pretty Little Liars. They're still sophomores technically because they didn't pass.
They're
So
sophomores. Yeah.
yeah,
Yo, no. What? Yeah, we're
yeah.
going out late. We'll be home whenever, basically. Don't wait up. I wish I would have told my parents that at 15, 6. What? What?
Yeah,
What my
Kenny,
mama used to be,
Kenny,
man, please.
Kenny and Cyan wasn't having that. That ain't happening.
No,
Um,
no.
no, y'all, and then y'all, there was more lenient with y'all. That definitely was happening with me and Kendra. So that
Yeah,
no.
yeah.
Um,
I almost got my license taken away, and I was in college because I stayed out too late. And I was with John, like I was with my best friends. Like I wasn't even out at a party. Like we went to McDonald's and was just talking all night. And my dad, mom, and they would trip. Like I came home, they was like, "You, why were you out so late?" I was like, "Bro, we just got caught up talk." I was with John, like I was with like other people you know. I should take your license. I was like, "Ain't no way." I mean, I'm now mind you, I'm 19, like I'm like almost 20 years old. And I was like, "See, no, I just don't. I can't get jiggy with these storylines. Sometimes it's like, where are your parents?
yeah,
Like, let's make this make sense."
yeah. So the parents are either not seen or they're just rarely there in this new installment. And there's a new Terra. Uh, so the was Bloody Rose.
Yep.
Bloody Rose is basically terrorizing because it starts off that was like we're gonna look into the mirror and say Bloody Rose's name 3 times. First of all, I don't care about I ain't into all that. I don't care what anybody says. I'm not looking into the mirror and saying nobody name 3 times. I'm not doing all that. I don't.
Nope.
Nah.
I ain't feel like to. I looked away when they did it, just to make sure, just to make sure I'm not a part of
Yeah.
it.
So and what is crazy, it's like y'all be inviting trouble into y'all lives.
Yeah.
It's like y'all went through
Just
this
go to
whole
school.
y'all went through this whole thing with A that honestly that didn't have nothing to do with y'all. It was y'all mamas. So I'm gonna blame y'all mamas on that one. But then this second season, y'all just finished with A, and now all of a sudden, like y'all are purposely inviting problems. You're purposely
Right.
invited it. It's like, okay, um, so yeah, so they had this whole bloody rose thing situation happening. Um, what else? Another. So they did a major tie-in to the original. Dr. Sullivan is a recurring character in this installment of Pretty Little Liars. If y'all don't remember Dr. Sullivan, she was the original therapist for the original girls in the original Pretty Little Liars. And I thought what was cool is they had the scene where they was looking through the files and you saw all the girls' names in the files. I thought that was dope.
Yeah. Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna get into my thoughts
how
about that.
I just wonder how she got there. I'm just trying to figure that out. She
Yeah,
just switched cities.
we're gonna talk about we're gonna talk about that because she did say it. She said it on the episode. She said that apparently she's originally from the new city, where is this place
Okay.
fiction?
Okay.
Where's this? Let me get the city right. Where they? I think it's. Oh, see, there's Poochie. There's Poochie. There's the babies.
I can't hear him.
Yeah, and Mama's fuss, and Mama's telling them to be quiet. I can hear it.
Oh,
Mill
okay.
Millwood. The name of the city is Millwood. So apparently, Dr. Sullivan is originally from Millwood.
Oh, okay.
She said
I
it.
must
She
have missed
said,
that.
yeah, she said her and her family. Well, apparently, and apparently, Dr. Sullivan has a son,
Right.
too,
Right. Right. That got killed.
that got killed.
Where was he in Pretty Little Liars? I'm just saying he should have been in school with them. That's all I'm saying. He should have been at school with them because obviously the son. She said it was they age right at the time. He was like 17 or something when he got killed.
Yeah, he would have been.
Uh,
I guess he would have been the original girl's age, right?
right. Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
Where was he at? He had to go to school with him. Was he homeschooled? Like
yeah.
what? Did he stay with his dad? Like,
It was just a lot of, like I said, it was a lot of things. I had a lot of issues with the Dr. Sullivan storyline. I had a lot of issues, and that's what my main gripe is. But we'll get to that. We can get to that shortly. I just want to tie up really the storyline. Like I said, so they're in summer school. They're being terrorized by bloody rose. Each girl is given. They're called the final girls. Each girl is given a task or a test by bloody rose. Um, Also in the background, you have um
new boys that come out of nowhere.
yeah, you have these guys. Um, you have Farron's boyfriend's been there, but Farron's boyfriend is there. Farron decides she doesn't want to dance anymore. So they're not. He wants to go to this dancing camp or school or whatever, but he decides to stay the summer with her. And he ends up going to the church, and like you said, there's a church introduced. It's the church. What's the sister that survived? Is it Kelly or Karen?
It's Kelly. No. I think it's Karen. Karen survived, if I'm not
Okay.
mistaken.
Okay.
Hold on, because I feel like I just remember hearing Karen a lot this season. Nope, it's Kelly.
Kelly.
Yeah, it's Kelly.
Okay.
'Cause I just read something that said Farron attempts to protect Kelly.
Okay. So
Oh
Kelly.
no. Yeah. I'm right. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm right.
Yeah. So um, Kelly goes to this church.
Yeah.
And Kelly goes to this church, and apparently it's a weird church. It's definitely weird.
Or cultish.
It's definitely a cult situation. And they are trying to quote unquote save people from their sins. They're obviously going about it the wrong way. And like you said, it's a cult thing. And like I said, Farron's boyfriend goes there. The jock Kelly's boyfriend is there.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then yeah, that's so like I said, it's a whole thing. The mom is there. It's a whole weird thing. That whole thing
Yeah,
is
Kelly's mom is real big in the church,
yeah.
like real big in it.
It's just the whole thing is weird. Um, so of course, Tabby's at the movie theater. You have her boss, and then you have a new guy that's there. He's into horror films as well. He actually played on The Young and the Restless. He played Lily's son that they aged. Apparently, Lily ended up getting teenagers, even though she's still, you know, looks like a teen herself. But black don't crack. It is what it is. But
Hey, keep up with Young and Restless.
Young and the Restless is you'll be their kids will be 2 one day and then they'll be 16 the next day.
16, they don't skip 30. They skip
Right.
30 years.
Then they'll be 30. Next thing you know, then they're going off to college, and then they're like, "Oh, now we're 35." Even though my mom,
What's his name is still.
even though
Yeah,
my
what's his
mom
name
is
is still alive.
right, even though my mom is still the
What's that
same
old
age.
man name?
Who, Victor?
Victor is still alive. How are you still alive if he's 30 years old? Victor should be 150. 150. Victor should be 150 years old. like, there's no reason that Victor should still be alive.
Oh yeah. So that guy, that actor, he was on Young and the Restless, but he's playing Tabby's new love interest, and then Imogen, she works at she first starts out working at this diner because she said she wants to get away from who she was, and then she ends up coming back, and she works at an ice cream parlor, and we meet Johnny, who's a player, but Imogen tells him off, but I could tell she obviously likes him, but she tells him off, but then she starts becoming interested. She starts, dating him.
She was blocking for herself.
Yeah.
She was blocking for herself. Yeah.
And then Noah, of course, she's still with Sean, but then comes to find out she has a friend who gets out of juvie. Her name is Jen, but Jen is more than a friend. Apparently, they used to hook up in juvie. And so now Noah is conflicted between Sean and Jen. I think I covered everybody. And then Mouse is still with
gotta have an Emily. Gotta have an Emily of the group.
And then Mouse is still with what was her boyfriend's name?
I don't know. Tim.
Not Tim. Not Tim.
Is it Ash?
Ash. That's what it was. Because I was
Yeah.
Ash. I should know that because that's our nephew's name. Yeah,
that's true. That is true.
Yeah, Ash. Okay. Not Tim. So yeah, so everybody has their prospective counterparts, and you know what? That's you said Emily. I didn't think about the correlation because yeah, Emily and Noah pretty much are the same person. Because Emily was dating the guy at first, and then she started liking Bianca Lawson's character.
Yeah, me and a kid literally one episode we were like, okay, who is who? Like we have to figure out who correlates with who, and like a lot of people intertwine. I feel like so it was kind of hard for us to pick. We did pick Emily because of the whole liking, going from guy to girl type deal. But
also because athletics too, because Emily was a swimmer, and
right,
then Noah's in track and field. I didn't really make that correlation.
Noah's probably the easiest in my opinion, just because I didn't really see the seasons with Allison. Like I knew who Allison was because I kind of caught the beginning of it, but I didn't see because she came in as Pretty Lies and was like on there, wasn't she? Like
yeah,
character type.
Because apparently, because in the original, she went missing, and there was like a pretty much she was presumed dead, but then she actually wasn't dead. She was definitely alive and
Right.
trying to stay away from whoever, because A was originally trying to kill her or whatever, but then she ended up coming back, and then she's a part of the original, the group, the Pretty Little Liars group.
Right. Yeah. So we were trying to put everybody together, because like the Arya and all, I was trying to figure out who was who, because Tabby seems like I don't know, she kind of plays different characters in my opinion. Like
Mhm.
Farron seems like Spencer, like Farron seems like a Spencer. Spencer was kind of tougher than everybody
Yeah.
else. She didn't care. She went by. Look, if something happened, she was going by herself regardless. You
Yeah.
come with me or not? Like, so that's what Farron seemed like. So
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know who Arya is, because I said Imogen, but then I was like, I don't know. Like, it's like I don't know. So
Yeah.
we kind of did one of those things where we tried to picture who everybody was.
Got you. Speaking of Arya, so it was also revealed that Imogen changed her mind about the adoption as far as giving the baby to Arya and Ezra, and she decided to give it to a husband and husband couple. I found out some behind the scenes things because my coworker was telling me that the actress didn't like the fact that she didn't like that Ezra and Arya were together. That whole storyline was weird as far as teacher getting with the student and all this other stuff. So she, from what she told me, the actress requested that the baby be given to another couple other than Ezra and Arya, and that's why it was in the series. She said that she got weird vibes from Ezra. That's why she decided to give the adoption to somebody else, give the baby to somebody else. So that's
so the actual actor, like the person that played Imogen.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
That's
what's her
what
name? I can think of her name.
That's what my coworker told me, that she read somewhere that's what happened. I thought that if I was like, okay, I mean, I guess that's an example of the writers actually listen to the actors as far as like, sometimes writers listen to actors when they have suggestions and stuff like that. Me personally, I wouldn't have changed it just because
I want to bring old characters back.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like it's a
Yeah.
connection to the old characters. Now, I will say this now again, and like the Ezra Arya relationship was definitely weird.
Yeah, 100%.
It was definitely weird. Also though, let's not forget Arya did lie about her age at first.
Yes, she met him and said she was 18.
She lied. However, it's still wrong because when he found out the truth, he continued.
They still kept going, right? But
So they both were wrong.
Yeah.
All right. I just want to just want to put it out there because
put it on one side.
You're right. I'm just, but how people are. I'm just saying So Arya was wrong, and Ezra was wrong.
Ezra's wrong. They're both
okay.
Wrong. Yeah,
they're both wrong. So the foundation of that relationship was definitely wrong,
based on a lie.
Based on everything. But they ended up getting married when they were adults. Later, in the end of the season or whatever, and so they're in that relationship. But I said all that to say, yeah, it wasn't. I said that to say though, like I said again, I think it was just about having the connection between the new series and the old series. So that thing, that's the only reason I would have just kept it. I was like, we you need that connection.
Right.
You want to do something. If you want to do something in the future. So yeah. So also another subplot was the guy that raped the best friend that raped Tabby and Imogen. His mother is on a rampage to clear his name because because A ended up killing him. And so she's and of course it's out there that he is a rapist. And so she's on a rampage to like, you're lying, my son would never do that, and da 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 da. So she hates the girls. She hates them. And and of course, Kelly's mom blames the girls for what happened to Karen. So she's also a main. She hates them,
and the dad.
and yeah, and the dad. So it's a lot of people that really hate the girls, or was, so there's a lot of people coming in, and again, you have Dr. Sullivan who is counseling the girls, and and whatever. They actually start suspecting Dr. Sullivan at one point because um they find out that she wasn't telling the truth about some things, and so they actually suspect that Dr. Sullivan possibly could be Bloody Rose. And of course, Bloody Rose is going on this killing rampage. Um, Tabby's boss is acting weird because he wants to apply to this film school that he didn't get into, and Tabby has opportunity to get into the film school or whatever. He's going on this thing how he said you people always have the advantages and stuff like that. I'm like, all right, listen, we're not gonna do the you people. So, and of course, Tabby tells him off about his white privilege, as she should have. But then he ends up apologizing for being a D, and then he ends up saying he's gonna quit. He quits or whatever. He goes on to do his thing or whatever. And then again, so basically it culminates into, because we have, and when we get to the final, we get to this, so the church part, right? So the church is doing this thing called Redemption House or Redemption Home or whatever, and it's pretty much like they're acting out these scenarios that are bad, or not necessarily bad, but basically they're saying that these things that you do will have you go to hell if you don't stop. So it's pretty much trying to scare people into accepting Jesus. Which is obviously the wrong thing to do. It's very bad. I'm definitely wrong. So of course, so that's a part of the whole thing. And then in the episode, the girls wear these masks and they want to terrorize. They basically want to say, we're going to be the demons that you guys are talking about. So they terrorize the house, and Bloody Rose appears and fights Imogen. And then Imogen, I guess they show the part where she's like taking off the bandages, and then they come to find Imogen. Like, Imogen, what's going on? And she's like, I think I saw my mom. Or she said, I know who Bloody Rose is, my mom. And I saw that. I said, okay, y'all, no, we're not doing that. I said,
Bro, same.
we're not doing that. We're not doing the mom fake killing herself. And she, I said, we're not doing that.
I said, how does she have a twin? This is where the twin came into my
Yeah.
mind.
Yeah.
This is where I was like, okay, maybe she has a twin. I don't know. I was like, there's no way that she's still alive, bro.
I said,
no
please.
way.
I said, please don't do this. And I also said, please don't do the twin storyline. Please don't.
It's like, because I said, bro, you don't have time to explain why. Like, why would she want to kill her niece if it is a twin, or why does the mama want to kill her daughter? What's going on?
Right.
What's going on?
Yeah. So and then the spooky spaghetti comes in again, because you have all these people who are fascinated by all this stuff, and it's a thing called the reckoning. The reckoning is going to happen. It's the reckoning, and then so the reckoning happens, and Tabby actually ends up being the final girl, and so. I'm like I said, we're skipping a lot of things. You have to watch it to really get into it. But what ended up happening, the big reveal is that the best friend's mother is Bloody Rose, and her boss is the one that orchestrated this whole thing. Apparently, her boss and her best friend mom were having a conversation, because the best friend used to work at the movie theater too.
Right, yeah.
And so the boss was consoling his mother, and they were talking, I guess. And so the boss, apparently, there's a scene, they have a flashback scene where he says, wouldn't it be cool if we actually did like an actual slasher movie to where like we actually kill somebody or something, like somebody actually gets killed or whatever, and we actually film it. And then he's like, oh no, I'm just kidding. Well, clearly he wasn't just kidding. So this whole
Right.
season 2, was he convinced the mama to be Bloody Rose, and Bloody Rose has been going around killing these people, all for this man to have a movie. That's the storyline. He wants to create a movie.
This is why I said Scream. Because there's Scream 4 where it's about that. Literally the slasher, because Scream, the first one, every Scream afterwards is about Scream turns into an actual movie that's called Slash or something like that. And they basically tell the story of the girl, the first girl in Scream. They tell her story. Neve Campbell, they tell her story, the whole. So basically, Slasher becomes like this franchise, and it's like, bam, like they come out with a new movie every year. Like every Scream, it's a new one. So if you ever watch Scream, the beginning of the movie, they're always watching a slasher movie, and then they get killed. That's how the movies start off every Scream. So the fourth one, literally every time somebody dies, it's getting recorded. It's live stream, like it's getting recorded, and you can see it happening or whatever. And that's why I was like, that reminds me of Scream. Like I'm like, that's because the whole thing was, let's make it a movie. Like let's make it a movie. Let's actually kill these people, but it's a movie, and we could put it out, but it's real. Like that's what. And I'm like, that's why I was like, the end was like, really, like really. I mean, I knew the mom. I figured the mom was behind it like a while ago, like because I was like, she's really the only one acting real crazy, like. And I kind of felt like that was just too on the nose, like it was her mom. Like the Chip part was kind of surprising. Like I didn't think he was behind it, but I kind of knew the mom was involved some kind of way. I actually thought it was the pastor, but then
I
he died. So
yeah, he definitely got killed. Definitely got killed. I honestly I thought it was very, very, very anticlimactic. I really was like this. I guess because season one was so good, and the way they set it up, and the way they had again, the way they had the background story really integrated into the story, and as far as the reasoning behind everything, I thought it was set up so well. Season two to me was such a big letdown as far as the who the killers were and the reasoning behind it. I just thought I was just like, you did all this to make a movie? You know,
it felt rushed.
it did. I mean, and then and I also had to keep in mind they did have a whole actors and writers strike happen. Um, so that also happened, you know. So so I had to keep that in mind as I was watching this too. Um, but I just overall, I just felt like it was very underwhelming to me. I just felt like the reasoning was dumb. Um, you brought in all of these new people, these new elements, and it's like that's the route you went. You know, even with
Right.
the whole scene with Johnny, they found the bodies in the freezer. And of course, uh Chip was sitting there because Chip set up Tabby's new guy and then set up Johnny and all this other stuff. But in the scene with when she found the bodies in the freezer and she hit him over the head and locked him up in the freezer. And I thought it was just weird. Even at the end, he was like, "Yeah, Johnny's not talking to me right now, but of course I'm not talking to you, girl. You hit me on the head with the thing, and you
Right.
locked me in the freezer."
You wouldn't let me even see what you didn't tell me what was going on.
And then like how they just it was kind of rushed through it to where Kelly found unlocked the door and let him out. Just like I agree, it just everything felt really rushed. Um, yeah, like I said, I just wasn't impressed with the reveal. Like even with it being the best friend's mom, I was just like, okay. I mean, I just yeah, it just didn't impress me. I didn't, but I will say this season. Well, last season I definitely didn't know who A was or what the connection was, but this season I didn't know. I didn't really know. Normally I kind of like try to put my hypotheses out there, but I didn't really know who it was. It was
I
and it was a
definitely suspected Kelly's. When Chill's mom would come around, I was just like, something is off. Like,
mhm.
like the way she was acting, but I was like, I feel like that's like I said, I feel like that was too on the nose. I was like, because I mean, they probably want you to think that. But yeah, no, I suspected every new person in my opinion. Like,
Mm-mm.
I was like, I feel like it's one of these new people, and some kind of way they don't like them for something. Like, they because a lot of times they always bring somebody from the past, and it's like, you don't remember me, do you? It's like, no, like, like no, should I remember you? And they're like, yeah, it's sixth grade and blah 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 blah. You did this to me,
Right.
and like,
Right.
like, so that's why I was like, maybe like you said, Imogen, what's his name, Johnny, or the Tabby's boyfriend was, or Jen, because Genoa did something, maybe I don't know, but yeah, like you said, it was just like, wow, we didn't have to bring in these new people. Like, what was the point?
I
Like,
agree. I agree. I think.
we
I
could
think.
have
I
just
think.
left it.
Yeah, I agree. I think it would have been. I think if it would have been either one of the new people, or if it would have been like a combination of them, like you said, for some reason they came together and was like, okay, we're gonna get them,
Right.
and we have to figure out why. What's the reason behind? You know, I just think it was just dumb. I just think, like I say, it's just still to. I'm just like, you want to make a movie? I was like,
Yeah.
what? I
Yeah.
was like, okay, all right,
Sir, you're gonna put it out. Like, let's just think about this. Like, you're going to jail regardless. Like, either I kill you now, or you go to jail when you put the movie. The movie can never come out. Like, because you're basically gonna show that you murdered everybody. Like, it's like what? Like, what do you say? Like, I don't know. I don't know. And then
right,
like Tabby scene at the end when she was like, she went on the rampage and was just like killing everybody. Like, I'm like, so where did this come from? Because that would have been great in the first season. Like, like, now you telling me these kids are chasing you and you just all of a sudden a ninja? You know what I mean? Like, like what? Like, like,
maybe that adrenaline finally kicked in or something. I don't know.
man, I expected from Farron. Would not expect it from Tabby. I'll put it that way. Farron for sure. Farron was working out hard this season.
Hmm.
The game back was strong. She was lifting weights every day. But
No,
Tabby,
that scene when she had to hold the
yeah, the
thing,
pipe, yeah,
I was like, good gracious, girl. Yeah, Farron's that girl, definitely,
yeah,
for
for sure.
sure. Um, yeah, the okay. So beyond the reveal that disappointed me, the biggest disappointment to me was the Dr. Sullivan storyline. I hated it. I hate it. I hate when people do not do their research. If you're going to take a character from an original series, you cannot just twist it and make it how you want to make it in your imaginary mind.
Right.
I hated the way, and okay, so I get it. Y'all want to make her seem like she was Bloody Rose or whatever. Okay, cool. If you want to try to make it seem like she's a suspect, all right, that's what Pretty Little Lies is. Expect the unexpected. I get it. But I didn't like the way they made her so like they made her like very, very conniving and very like it was like too sneaky. And then I didn't because like she wasn't like that in the original. Like it wasn't like she really cared about the girls. She really
Right.
did.
So you
And
talking about the ending now? When you saw the ending of it?
yes, the ending. I hated
Yeah.
the ending. Like I hated it was like, well, yeah, but I'm gonna do this book deal. I'm gonna get them to sign off. Especially if it's gonna be a big. All I care about is the like. It made it sound all she cared about is money, and that's not how the original Dr. Sullivan was. And even like you said, even with this whole, okay, we're gonna all of a sudden give her a son. Like yeah, it was just it was, like I said again, I just feel like
The original girls would have met the son. That's all I'm saying. It's like they would have met the son unless like I said, unless the son stayed in Millwood where her original home was with the dad or something, and he died in Millwood. Like, because that doesn't make sense. Like, you telling me during all these killings with the original
mhm.
all this stuff happening, somebody also dies, and nobody talks about it. We just ignore that one. That death, that death don't matter. Like, like
Right.
like because he died around the same time, so it wouldn't. I don't know. Like you said, it just like you said, somebody didn't do their research.
Yeah, and I just, like I said, I just didn't like the way that they um tried to retool Dr. Sullivan. I just didn't like it. I didn't I to me, I think Dr. Sullivan should have just stayed the therapist. I don't think
Yeah,
she should have been an integral part of the storyline of this season. I think she definitely should have just stayed the therapist because, again, she serves now. You bringing this original person from the original series, she serves as the bridge of the old one and the new one. And so now you have this opportunity really to integrate the old world into the new world if you want to, but keep this character neutral so that way you can still have that option.
right.
Um, but now y'all done
Now
messed it up
she
because
dead
now
anyway.
because now she's dead.
Now she dead. Because like maybe they brought her. Like you said, it was during the writer's strike. Maybe it was rushed. They just try to keep the rate so it don't get canceled. They made sure they brought it back. But maybe they were like, okay, well, I don't know. Like you said, they were trying to bring it in because Ezra and Arya couldn't do it anymore because uh Madison, whatever her name, Madison. I know her last name is Madison. Because the girl who plays Imogen didn't want that. So they're like, okay, let's bring in Dr. Sullivan. And then it was like, all right, but how are we gonna write it? And like you said, it feel like it's just they rushed it and then finished the research and we're like, we kind of messed up. Let's just kill it. Like, let's just kill all. We messed up. That's not gonna work either.
Yeah, I hated that scene. I hated that A came back and killed her. I hated it. I was just like, no, y'all, no, no.
And so
Um,
it's like they kind of like did like a spinoff, for this summer school. Like that's what it felt like. It felt like a spinoff, and they're gonna bring back, like they're bringing back A for like the second, like the actual second season. Like summer school was like a spinoff, like let's see how this works.
mhm.
Then they bring it because like you said, A's back. Everybody thought he was dead. Like everybody thought he died in
Right.
prison, and now
Because
he's
everybody
back.
thought, yeah, because there was this big fire that
Yeah,
happened or something was going on, and then or something big happened, and they thought A was dead, but apparently A is not dead, and here we go.
right.
So yeah, so now Dr. Sullivan is dead, and yeah, now everybody and then the girls they did pass the test thanks to Jen. Jen apparently helped them study, and so now they're going to go into their junior year. Um, like I said, my biggest complaints definitely this season. I didn't enjoy season 2 as much as I enjoyed season 1. I thought season 1 was much better. It was much more focused. I felt like the storyline was much better. I think it was better written. Season 1 was better written. It was they to me season 1 focused more on the story and the development of the characters. I think season 2 focused more on the horror aspect. Like let's see how we can shock these people and like really, like you said, like let's see how we can play into this horror aspect of our genre. I think they focus more on the horror than focusing on the storyline and focusing on the character development. Especially since they brought in all these new people. It was just like, okay. So another thing I didn't like that Farron hooked up with
Oh,
Kelly's
Kelly's.
ex.
Yeah,
I didn't like that either. I was just like, man, we don't I said Farron doesn't need to hook up with him. That's not
yeah.
nah. I ain't like
You don't
that.
need that. Like you
Yeah.
said, I just feel like season 2 was not. It just wasn't written like you said, well enough. Like the first season, like it. I just remember everybody's like episodes in the first season because everybody had an episode 2 again in the first season. Just was written on like the story was just a lot better. Like I don't know, like this season it was just like everybody's stuff was all over the place. Like that's what it just felt like. Like Farron with the swimming, and she had her stuff going on with like the sex, the what do you want to call what do you call it when they like you know the male versus female thing type deal that she had going
Oh,
on.
the
Then she
sexism.
broke. Yeah, the sexism. Yeah, like she had that going on. Then she lost her boyfriend, and that was just kind of like a. We never got to understand what was going on with him in church. Like what happened. You know what I mean? Like he apologized to her, but that was kind of it. Like,
Mm.
like it's just like it was so many. Like it's like they had so many storylines going. They had too many going on at one time. In my opinion, like I feel
Mm-hmm.
like it was too many, not enough time. Like like that's what it felt like. Because
And they
even
were
with
giving. They were.
Noah,
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
now you good. What they were
No, I was
giving
just
what?
saying that. I was just saying they had less episodes too this season.
Yeah, yeah. So it's like I mean, even with Noah, like Noah and Jen, what I mean? Like I don't know, like really, I just felt like that was kind of random. Like why even do that? Like it's what was even the point of that? Like let's just keep focused because let's focus on what's his name's mom not liking me instead of doing all this extra stuff and now Jen's around and I don't know. I don't know. It was a lot going on. Like even with Image's dad, like that was just random. Like you know what I mean? Like what was the point of that? Like,
Yeah.
like because was she like a part of the mom? Like like we don't. What was the point? Like there was no point of that storyline. Like that's all I'm saying. Like don't bring it in if it has nothing to do with the killer when it's still in. Yeah, I don't know. I don't
I
know. It's
think
just it
that I
was a
think
lot going on.
I think the thing that Pretty Little Light, the original Little Liars, did do well with even despite the bad series finale, the thing that Pretty Little Liars did well, every storyline had something to do with the main objective.
Right. Exactly.
Every single storyline had something to do. It played an integral part into what was going on in the main timeline. I think with season 2 of this installment of Pretty Little Liars, like you said, I feel like it was all over the place. I think it was trying to do so many storylines that unfortunately some things there were a lot of holes in places that didn't get filled.
Right. Yeah. Like
Uh,
it's like if you're gonna bring it, like I said, if you're gonna bring in the new people, like you literally brought them in just so you can put bodies in the freezer for Imogen to find and a mask for Tabby to find. Like that was why those two guys were brought into the seat. Like that's it. Like like they were brought into the season for a mask and bodies in the freezer. We could have
mhm.
figured something out. We could have figured something else out. You know what I mean? Like they have. I feel like you said, the original one. What piece do they have to the like? What do they really have going on? And maybe they'll do that in the second, the next season. Like they, because they'll still be there.
Yeah.
So maybe they'll actually play a part, and they just want to introduce them. Like I said, it felt like a spinoff. Like it felt like they were just like, let's just try something like for summertime. Let's just try something for summertime, and then if it don't work out, people don't like it, we'll go back to the original, the original ways.
Yeah.
That's what it felt like to me. It was just like you said, like I said, all over the place.
I so if they get a season 3, um I would like to see the original girls incorporated some type of way.
You have to. It's this the third season. They should have been in the second season. Like,
I will,
like
and especially now since Dr. Sullivan has died, I think the first episode is Dr. Sullivan's funeral, and we see the new
And they
and we
all
see
meet
and we see the original girls come in there. Now, I'm not saying they have to be like a part of the main
like
story,
present.
like
Right.
have to be on every single episode. But I feel like something needs to happen that involves the original girls and the new girls. I think. But like I said, they don't have to be on every single episode, but it needs to be something to where that, because again, I feel like what was the point of really bringing Dr. Sullivan in if you're not going to include the original girls?
Yeah.
And that's just,
They I would think they would have had a cameo by now. That's the thing. Like why haven't we? Like those actresses aren't doing anything. Like Emily has a show on HBO Max. Like the girl who played Emily.
mhm.
So bring her in. Like like put her on the show. No. I wouldn't mind. Like you said, I feel like they all like it shouldn't be a that would be too many main characters in my opinion.
Oh yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, like
Definitely.
way too many main characters. But yeah, like they should definitely be a vocal point of season 3. Like, why not?
I don't and I don't
It's just
I don't think I don't know. I for some reason I think this A, the person that killed Dr. Sullivan, I don't think that's the A that terrorized. I don't think that's Archie.
yeah.
I feel like that's
I feel
somebody.
you.
I feel like that's somebody else.
He just took the mask and stuff.
Yeah, because again, man,
Yeah,
because in the original Pretty Little Liars, there were a lot of A's.
right. It kept switching because that's what I was thinking. I was like, that would be kind of stupid because it'll be like we already know who A is. You know, like we already like if they brought the original Archie back, it's like well we already know it's Archie. Like
Right.
like so yeah, I feel like that makes sense.
Yeah. Um. Yeah. I think if you're like you said, if you're gonna keep these new people around, they need to be integrate and they need to be integrated into really the main story as far as like what is their purpose as far as the story. Like if we're gonna keep Jen, like what is like besides her connection with Noah, like how is she gonna play a part into the story? Same thing with Tabby's boyfriend. Well, I don't know their boyfriend girlfriend yet, but same thing with I'll just say love interest. Same thing with Tabby's love interest. Um, you know, Johnny and Imogen aren't together because I won't be with nobody either who hit me over the head and put me in the freezer. So
Right.
yeah, it's honestly it's honestly no coming back from that. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah, girl, nah, we not cool, girl.
You was already you was crazy from the start. And now you hit me upside the head. Yeah, I'm done. I tried to be nice. I try to be nice.
Also,
But yeah,
and also too with Ash, I feel like Ash was just there too. Like,
yeah, bro.
you know,
Mouse and Ash storyline this season was like, in my opinion, they were just there. Mouse was just there, in my opinion. She was there, just researching spooky spaghetti.
Spooky
Like that
Spaghetti.
was her thing.
I
Every
I think
episode,
I said
like
we should have played a drinking game. Every time she said spooky spaghetti, you take a shot.
at least 4 or 5, at least 4 or 5 episodes, like at least
Because
4 or 5,
it's
and
like
in the same scene.
in the same scene, spooky spaghetti. Oh, and the thing with her grandma, her Lola.
That was where the supernatural. That's when I was like, are they going supernatural? Like, is that the vibe we're giving off? That's what I thought they were gonna do because her grandma was like acting weird.
Yeah.
So I thought it was going supernatural vibes.
So so the Rose character. Okay, so who is the mom of Archie and the girl that died in the original in the first. I mean, not the original in the first season. So she was homeless and she was being she was being treated by Dr. Sullivan.
Yeah, like
Oh,
originally,
okay,
like a while, like a long time ago. Yeah, like
okay,
when Archie was before Archie became a killer. I think.
okay.
Yeah.
So all right, and so then and then because she ended up being in the living room with Lola, and
Right. Because she told her it
yeah,
was their fault. Now she's being chased and trying to get killed because
got
they
you,
found her.
got it.
Yeah.
Okay,
Well, she ended up dying, didn't she? Didn't she end up dying too?
I don't
At the
remember.
end?
I don't remember.
I think she ended up dying too.
Yeah, this
So,
again, this season to me was definitely it was all over the place. It was a lot. It was a lot of stuff going on, and not in a good way. I just felt like it
yeah.
was just they was just trying to do. They was trying to do a lot, and it was just like,
Yeah.
okay, they was all right, y'all. We gotta end it some kind of way. So let's end it. Okay, we're gonna end it with Chip saying he wants to make a movie.
Right. Right. We sent him to LA, but we lied. We're actually gonna bring him back. We're gonna bring him back. And he was working with Chip's mom all the whole time and blah blah blah. Or whatever his
What?
name, mom, the whole time.
Yeah, who? So Chip is the boss, right?
I think so.
Wait, have we been saying it wrong the whole time?
I hope not. Pretty Little Liars.
Yes, yeah, we have.
You know, his name's Wes, isn't
Yeah, Chip is the best friend,
Wes is the
and
boss.
Wes is the boss.
Wes.
Yeah, it's all good.
I was
I'm
like,
good.
I
It's
was
all
like,
good.
there's
So
somebody
so
named Wesley.
this is what I'm gonna do when we do the video. I'm just gonna put a little asterisk, and every time we say Chip, it's gonna say Wes.
Wes, we apologize. That's how bad this season was, guys. We don't even remember it. We don't even.
No,
I don't even remember it,
I
man.
see a lot of I watch a lot of YouTube recap videos, especially with X-Men 97 and with The Boys. And sometimes they'll say the wrong name and they do that. They'll put the asterisk with the
Yeah,
actual name. So everybody makes mistakes.
yeah.
That's what
Yeah, Wes.
that's what Hannah Montana said. Everybody makes mistakes. Everybody has those days.
Oh, for sure. Hamilton speak the truth.
I feel like
Whoever
that
wrote
song.
those songs, I don't know if Miley Cyrus actually used to write those songs, but if she did, she knew what she was talking about back then.
She said everybody makes mistakes. Everybody has those days. That's my song.
That was good Disney Channel. Actually, this channel's on the come up. This channel's pretty good now, in my opinion. Cartoon wise.
What's on Disney Channel now?
Big City Greens.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah.
That's the only
Okay.
thing I think of. That's the only thing I can think of. I like literally that's the only thing they show. Like they don't show anything else. Like
Yeah. Okay. I like Big City Greens.
literally they don't show. I'm really trying to think. They really don't show anything else. But yeah.
So that's our Pretty Little Liars recap. Honest, I did tell my coworker I think I want to go back and watch the original. I think I want to go back down that rabbit hole. I don't know when I'm going to do it, but I said I was going to go back and watch the original. I don't know why, but cause I'm going to be pissed off again. I already know.
I think I'm actually gonna go watch the end. I've seen, I think I'm just gonna go watch because I actually haven't seen the end.
Uh-huh.
I think I just want to watch it and just be like, wow.
You're gonna be
that's what everybody waited for.
That's the thing, Kameron. It was like we rated 7 seasons for that.
Right. To figure out who A was. Like
I was like, come on. No, y'all are not doing this. Y'all are not doing this. And that's how I felt at the end of this season of season 2 of Pretty Little Liars. I was like, really? We watched this season for this?
I waited every Thursday.
No.
Thursday.
Yeah, I want y'all to go back to the drawing board and I want y'all to rewatch season 1. And when I say y'all, I'm talking to writers. I want y'all to go back and watch season 1. And I want y'all to be like, see what we did here? Let's get that magic back. Let's do that again. Let's
get that bag.
Yeah. Let's study season 1 and let's get that magic back for season 3. And also what I want y'all to do is I want y'all, if you're going to bring in characters from the original, I need y'all to go back and really do your research on it. Not write what you want. I need you to see what they did, like really see what the characters did, and incorporate that. Now, there's nothing wrong with evolving and growing, but to totally do like a character switch like you did with Dr. Sullivan, no. Again, Dr. Sullivan was not a money grubbing, conniving therapist. Like, that wasn't it. Now, did she probably have some secrets? Of course, we all do. But like to really do that whole character switch like that, I don't think that was good. And I think to me it was pointless to bring her in just to kill her off when she is a bridge, as you will. So now, I mean, like you said, now they don't even have a connection to Rosewood anymore. Because again, Imogen, the baby's not with Arya and Ezra. The baby's with another couple. So that connection's gone. And Dr. Sullivan's dead. So that connection's gone. So it's like now you don't really have a bridge to Rosewood. Again, unless you do.
The only way is the funeral. Like
if you do the funeral. If you do a funeral. Yeah.
Like, because if they don't do the funeral, that's when the connection is truly like, oh, like what are you gonna bring in some random character? Oh, I'm related to Spencer. Oh my God. That's what we're gonna do. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're gonna bring some random character that goes to high school. Oh yeah, we just moved over here, and the mom is Spencer, the mom's Emily. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like,
yeah.
That's what we're gonna do, like that's the only way I could like you said, the funeral is a perfect idea. Like, we all just meet there. Like, and they connect because that was both their therapists.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's the only way.
Yeah.
Only way.
All right.
While I have you, are you waiting to watch The Boys, or have you been watching it?
I've been watching it. When I watched this past episode. Okay.
I gotta watch this past episode. I haven't watched it yet.
All right, yeah. So we'll probably reconvene and talk about The Boys because
this is the season. This is a series. This is the end, right?
The next season is the end.
Oh, the next season. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So season 5 will be the final season of The Boys.
So sad. This is good. I'm glad they're in it though, because I don't like stretches. Don't stretch for too long.
Yeah.
Don't stretch for too long.
Always.
They could have ended this season. I've been happy.
Always best to end on top. Best to end on top. Even do you watch All American?
Oh, I've been stopped. Last episode I saw was when Billy died.
Oh, okay.
Sorry if anybody is watching All American and I spoiled that for you. He's dead. I apologize. I'm so sorry. Cause I know some people watching on Netflix and they haven't seen it or whatever. That was the last episode I saw, and I was like,
I don't see how you cannot. I don't see how you cannot know that, because when that happened, it was definitely an uproar on Twitter. Like, it was like, was one.
If you don't know, you're not on social.
That was one of the biggest plot twists of the show when they killed off Billy Baker.
You know what's funny, Carlton? I didn't watch All American for a while. And then for some reason, I turned it on because the new episode was on TV, and I turned it on, and that's the episode I so happened to start watching it on again. And then when he died, I said, "Yeah, I'm done again." That was it. I said, "There's no way that y'all just did that to that man." I said, "There's no way that man climbs on a bus and dies. There's no way that y'all did that to that man." Nah, bro, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good. And then I don't like the relationships that's going on. Like I don't mind Spencer with because that was from the beginning. Spencer was, what's her name?
Olivia.
Olivia. But what's Olivia's brother name?
You don't like Layla and the brother together?
Come on, Carlton. That was random. That's random.
What's the brother's name? What's the brother's name?
I can't think of his name.
What's his name? Layla and what is his name? All American. Because they have a hashtag, and it's
Jordan.
a whole thing on Jordan. That's it, Jordan.
Ew.
It's a whole thing on. It's a whole listen. The All American Brigade is crazy on Twitter. It is no joke. I click on the hashtag and people be going back and forth because you got Team Spencer and Olivia and Team Layla and Jordan, and they be going back and forth. I be like, y'all, it's not that serious, but
Because
be,
I saw a clip where it was like everybody was cheering because Spencer did something, and she was like, "What about Jordan? Like, we're not gonna cheer for Jordan? Like, like nobody's cheering for Jordan." I'm like, that's so weird. Like, that's so weird to me.
once
That's just
again,
weird to me.
it's well, I'm not gonna say up front. I actually like Jordan and Layla together. But
Maybe I actually watched it, I would have, been on the train when it happened.
but I
But
can see
I just came in and looking.
I
Yeah.
can see how I can see how you say that it's random or weird because he literally was like married to he was married.
Right. He had a whole baby.
Well, no, he didn't have that wasn't his baby.
Oh, was his?
He
Oh.
was but she ended up giving the baby up for adoption. But that wasn't his baby. It was real that was his baby. And she gave the baby up for adoption. And then now she's on, she has her own show on All American Homecoming, which is ending after this season.
Yeah. I'm about to say it got canceled, didn't it?
Yeah, if they're gonna show season 3 in next month, well in July. But it's definitely it's canceled. Simone. So yeah, he was married. She was married.
I thought that was weird.
What?
The whole spinoff.
Oh,
The spinoff. Like I was like, why we what what are we doing here?
listen, when you get the opportunity to do another show, you have to run with it.
I understand. Listen, that's your what was your field? I know you're retired now. That was your field.
Yeah, so yeah, All Americans definitely is a thing. Then they announced that we are on a whole different tangent, but they announced that Spencer's not coming back.
Yes, I just heard that yesterday. Carmen told me, and I said, "So cancel. It's over. Ended. What are we doing?"
They got renewed for season 7.
Did he get drafted?
Yes, that was, and we're still in. So we got 2 more episodes of season 6. So
That's the end, Carlton.
He got drafted. He got drafted this past episode, and he proposed to Olivia.
Why are we still going? The wedding, Spencer winning Super Bowl in the show. You did great. The show was great. You lasted how long? How many seasons? 7?
6. We're on 6.
6? You lasted 6 seasons. Great. The main character is leaving. We have no other reason to be here. Who, Coop? What are you Cool. Why we got no reason to be here. Let's leave it where it's at. Let's leave it where it's at, man.
If the show is revolved around Coop, I'm definitely not watching. No. Coop is my least favorite character. That's not happening. I say take Coop with you. No, let me stop. People need jobs. Stop. Let me stop. No. But
as much as you say they need jobs, this show need to be over. They gotta find a different job. This show is done. Like this show is done.
Oh man.
I thought honestly he should have been in the NFL. He been in high school for 20 years. Like that man looks old. He done gained weight. He's not in high school no more.
But he's
not
been
in
out
college either.
I'm about to say
he's not in college.
I'm about to say he's in college.
That's a dad body. That's a grown man. That man is 25, 26. He's out of college.
That's funny.
A grown man body.
That's funny.
No, yeah, that show. After they said that, they were like, "Yeah, we gonna keep." We got renewed though. Y'all can keep the renewal. Give it to somebody else.
Wow.
Give it to another show.
Wow.
All American needs to be done.
Yeah, All American is the only show that's coming back on the CW. And all the other shows got canceled.
They should have canceled that one too. It should have been over. They should have canceled it. It don't need to be canceled. It just needs to end. We don't need to cancel it. It's over. It's over. We just need to end it. Like, does not make sense. But I know if they ended it, everybody gonna scream for BET to pick it up. It's one of them shows.
Oh no, we don't need that. We don't need that because
you know that's one of them shows. If it got canceled, everybody gonna be screaming BT to pick it up.
No, that's fine. No, I do. I do like this show still, even though I do have times where I get irritated. I do like it, but I do agree because the announcement came after this past episode that Daniel Ezra wasn't coming back. That he wasn't coming back as a series regular. He's going to make guest star appearances, but he's not going to be a series regular. So when the announcement came down, I said, okay, yeah, we should have ended on season 6. Because at first I was like, when they got renewed season 7, I said, okay, cool, season 7, we're gonna get to see Spencer in the NFL. That's gonna be great. But nah, now I just feel like, yeah, I don't want the show to end. I just don't want the show to end wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, the perfect ending definitely was because we followed Spencer this whole time. Spencer going into the NFL, and that's really the main thing. Spencer going to the NFL. Everybody else, that's cool. Their endings, that's cool. But Spencer Spencer playing professional football, that is the ending of the show. And I feel like if he wasn't going to continue on, then they should have said, okay, we're going to go ahead and end on this point. 'Cause I don't want them to do season 7, and it's like, what is this?
What? Yeah, right. Exactly. So that's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Well, with that being said, we're going to end where we started, Pretty Little Liars. Hopefully they'll go back to the drawing board and I don't want season 3 to be, what is this?
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Hope they fix it.
Well, all right, y'all. And this has been another great episode with my little brother, Kameron. We definitely have to do this
for another hour.
Yes, we'll definitely have to do this again for sure. So we're definitely gonna have to do the Kendrick episode because we gotta talk about the concert.
Oh, yes.
I should have been at, that I should have bought that ticket.
100%. I'm from California now.
I'm so mad I did not buy that plane ticket like I originally planned.
I'm from California.
You're not from California,
boy.
You're not from California, sir.
I'm from California. I started the skinny jeans phase.
I was there when you were born. You was definitely not from California, sir.
Well, just because I was born in Georgia, listen, Usher repped Atlanta for years, and that boy's from Cleveland. Just saying.
Have you ever been to California?
Sierra repped Atlanta for years, and she's from Texas.
Have you ever been to California?
Don't nobody know that. Just know I'm from there. I do know all that. I'll be there. I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna get to Cali. I'm gonna get to Cali one of these days. You know.
Listen, I believe in you, but being from there, that's totally wild and crazy, kid.
From California.
All right. On that note, people.
After that concert, I am.
Okay. All right, y'all. That's it. We're gonna wrap this up. Thank y'all so much for tuning in Carlton's World. Until the next one.
Peace.